Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit of an update video regarding my Road to 1 Billion Comma series, and as you guys can see here, I made a community post about 2 days ago stating that I have reached the halfway mark. I'm at 500 million commas, which is quite a big sum, but to be fair, I didn't really have to do too much to get it because I'll tell you a little bit of what I've done since you last saw me. So if we actually go on videos, the last video that I made was 2 weeks ago, closer to 3 weeks I think at this point. 2 weeks ago, and it was the Cat's Eye Dungeon leeching tutorial, at which point I was starting to sell my gear to get ready to gear up my 2 Ujinaks, 1 Panda, and 1 Feka for my dream team. And so basically what's been happening this past 2 weeks, so I finished selling a little bit of the gear, I maged all that stuff that I had crafted during this Almanacs day, remember? I finished maging it, got a few Dofuses or whatever I needed, and then basically I just started doing a little bit of dreams. And on the side, I also re-geared my Eliotrope, if you guys remember that I used to do the Protozoa leeching, if we can find that on my channel somewhere. That's the Protozoa. Back when I used to do this Protozoa dungeon solo, and I used to leech people for the duo achievement. Now I do the same thing, but I also do the idle score 200 on top of it. Still the same price, 2.5 million, and I made a little bit of comments doing that. I made a little bit of comments during doing dreams, but basically what happened with me with dreams is, so I was in the middle of doing dreams. I get to room like 305, everything's going really smooth, the team's doing really well, and what ends up happening is I get a room. I wish I had like screenshots. Actually, I do have screenshots, but I don't have the before screenshot, so you won't really understand. It's better if I just explain it. So I'm doing dreams, and then basically what happens is I get a room where I have a smith chest on one side and a brute attacks on the other, and I have the option to add another smith chest. And if you guys know dreams, you know that you can like add bosses and it's interesting and stuff. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but basically for some reason this is my first time doing dreams, and I had the idea that if I added a smith chest to a smith chest, I would fight 2 smith chests, which are fairly easy. But instead, turns out that if you add the same boss to, well, if you add a boss to a room that has that same boss, that boss gets replaced, and then that second boss gets added. So instead of ending up with 2 smith chests, I ended up with Torcolonia / smith chest, and it was not doable. And the other fight was the brute attacks and smith chest, and that one was not doable as well. That one not because of the boss, but rather because of the mobs on the side. Anyways, so I ended up trying. I had like 3,500 dream points. I paid people to try and help me get past this room where I really fucked up, but no one was able to help me. No one was able to get me through them. Like, it was just not possible. So I ended up blocking myself, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Take this L, I'm going to restart, and I'm going to sleep and then restart tomorrow. Next day comes, I log on, I see what I see that Ankama has put out like their Ankama live about the update coming up, where the pretext ivories, everything's going to be nerfed, and so pretexts are kind of like the main source of revenue from dreams, so that kind of crushed my hopes. And additionally, all of my ivory Dofuses and ebony Dofuses on my team dropped down in price, so I lost a lot of comments on that. Actually, I still have a couple of those, by the way. But yeah, anyway, so I kind of gave up, and so I started the new thing. I was like, you know what, this is annoying. I kept leeching a little bit of people with my Eliotrope. I made pretty good comments doing that, a couple dozens of millions. Anyways, and then I came up with the great idea that I'm going to show you guys. So if we actually come back here to the start and we look at my notepad, which is kind of just like my Road to 1 Billion Comma ideas notepad, where I'm just putting down stuff. You guys may have seen it in my previous video. So if you look here, okay, so over here you see there's get achievement team ready, Rogue, Panda, Elio, IOP. So I ended up switching the Rogue here for Enutrof, and otherwise I decided I'm going to stick with this, but instead of doing it the way that I had planned, which I was going to use my Cat's Eye leeching team to leech a team to level 200, gear them, and then just run all the achievements, I was actually going to start a team over and kind of see how that goes. So instead of following this plan, I kind of jumped over here, level 4 fresh accounts. So I got 4 fresh accounts. I didn't level them directly like through power leveling, but instead I just leveled them naturally and stuff. And so I did a new team path, and I was kind of like mapping out my path and the roads that I took to make a video for you guys. But I actually came up with a way better idea, which I'm really excited to show you guys, because something that it's something that I don't know, I quite like the way that it's turning out, and I just want to show you. So I was like kind of writing down. So my path, I made a new team, right? It was like Enertrof, Panda, Elio, Iop, and so I got level 12 just on Peewees, whatever. Got Peewee gear, sold, blah 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 blah, and then I was like, so we got this replace and continued on Discord. So before we go on to the next section, replace and continued on Discord. What is that? Well, I got the idea, instead of doing this and then making a video, I got another idea, and then I can make a video whenever I want. So instead of doing it this way, I figured I would actually start a new section on, let's go all the way up here, on my Discord server, which to get to my Discord server, you just have to click the link on down there in the description. And while you're down there, you can also hit the subscribe button if you want to. And then, so yeah, I just created this new channel where it's just my team progression. And so here's my team. We got the Iop, Elytrope, and Trof Panda. I like the colors and stuff. Probably gonna change the hat sooner or later because I don't like the way it blocks his Zero faces. But anyways, so I kind of had this idea, and so basically I was just like, oh, here's the story, progress of my team. Right here, I'm gonna put like achievements and like screenshots. I might do like written pieces about certain things as well. And it was just kind of my idea to have it in like a kind of like a blog. I know back in the day, Dofus blogs were actually very popular, and I figured this may be like a kind of modern version of it that I kind of want to kind of try out. So I did a little bit of whatever I wrote down here. I kind of just transferred it here with whatever screenshots I had on hand. So I have these here, and then I got the Peewee's achievement, Carter, and blah, blah, blah. You guys can read through it and look through it if you're interested. It'll be down in the description below. After this, I want to log my eye up and kind of show you where we're at now. But so I went through all this, Double Dungeon, talk a little bit about gear, show different quests that I did, different dungeons that I did, wanted notices that I did, and kind of my progression. I did a little bit of crushing to make commas. Y'all know I love crushing. Here's some of the sales, even more, blah, blah. Yeah, you guys can look through it. I'm just kind of skimming through it over here. Did some maging for my new gear once I hit level 60. And then here I created my guild, which is quite nice. And so then a couple more wanted notices. First time with 2.5 million commas over here. Well, let me like my own photo like an arrogant person. Here I leveled my mounts finally to level 100 because I did buy them at level 1. This one had the wise characteristics, so he leveled twice as fast. I went and did the cow. I have the cow Dofuses, all this stuff. Boom. And I even continued with the quest to get this nice ornament for all my characters. I did Correlator Blitz, which you can see is just a one spell wonder over here. And so where does this all leave us? Leave all of us. Where does this leave us? Yes, where does this leave us? Well, we hop over here. We got my eye up. We are now, the team is now level 110. I found a guy, because we were at double XP weekend this weekend. It is now still currently active, I believe. I'm not too sure, but I believe it's still active. Anyhow, I found a guy leeching, and he just wanted some leechers to like plug up the XP cap on his XP group. So he said he would take me for like 100,000 commas every 10 fights. I had enough commas. I was like, hell yeah, I want level 110. Because you guys will see it's going to be part of my next plan, because my team continuation plan was the following. You guys can read through it if you want. I'm not going to go too much into it. I kind of want to show off my character. But so I got this, and then my next step is actually to upgrade all my gear. To do that, I need commas. So I've been selling all the resources that I have from the achievements, and I did a lot of crushing. So I'm going to log on here. Yesterday, I left off with a bunch of stuff in market, and let's kind of see where we end up. Keep in mind, I have no help from my main. So it's very important, because I love doing things like this where I don't take help from my main, except for subscription. So now, fingers crossed, I really hope I made good sales. I don't know, just as much as you guys. So I'm a little bit in suspense here. Please, 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 please. 3.3 million. That's so good. Okay, I sold that good. I sold a couple of idols, it seems, bunch of runes, of course, range runes, the Wawa bit stuff that I had to use for the quest, of course, a couple more, some resources, cowets which I had dropped, chimeric feather stuff that I had dropped. You guys can see all this stuff over here. Beautiful. Let's see if I still have anything for sale. Yeah, I still have even some more stuff for sale, which is perfect. I want to show you guys where my character's at, because this eye up here is my main. Let's actually switch to this, just so it looks a little bit better for you guys. So we can switch out of the creature mode. So I'm here with my my professions. I actually have been leveling my professions. Kind of want to show you where they're at. Level 139, 117, 115. How am I leveling them? Well, basically I just pick a profession and I start crushing items and picking items that I can mass craft and then crush. The technique that I use to do that, I show in my season 2 of From Rags to Riches. I did it on the smith profession over on a French server, and it worked out perfectly, and I kind of just replicated that. But on top of that, I used the profession times 2 XP bonus of last week in order to give me a boost on it. So let's go collect my commas, and after that I'm probably going to log my team and just keep going along with the plan that I have down there. And I also caught a couple more bounty monsters and such. 3.5 million commas. I got my mounts level 100. Those are worth quite a bit. I have sparkling silver Dofus, not sparkling, Cowet Dofus, Gelano with like a vitality over, and a couple gear here that's going to have to be replaced fairly soon. That is where my team is at. I'm level 110. For dungeons, I've finished my level 1 through 50. You guys can see here I got the achievement for this one. And now I'm going to start working on these soon enough. And that's kind of where my team is at. If you guys don't have a team, it is actually a lot of fun. I was never able to make a team before because my computer wouldn't handle it. But since I've gotten my new laptop, I've been able to explore this beautiful side of Dofus, and I'm quite enjoying it. I hope to see you guys soon. Let me know if you want to join. If you want to join along, if I'm ever doing anything, maybe we can do something together. Make sure you join the Discord, links in the description. Make sure to subscribe if you're not, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, take care, and goodbye.